Welcome to Strategic Darshan. On the Russia-Ukraine crisis, today we're going to discuss on two topics: why nuclear war drills are being conducted by Russia and what is India's stance on this. We have with us General Sinha, who will give us an in-depth understanding of the issue.
Right, Kushbu. You have asked me to cover, two aspects of Ukraine-Russian crisis or the Ukraine-Russian conflict, which we see this, and the whole world is now, more or less engulfed in this, and they are very, very, the tense moment. First thing you're asking why the Russia is carrying out the nuclear war drill, where Putin is himself is going to be in the situation room, what we call in the war room, and going to review this. And the second part is that what is the India's stand? It is coming out loud and clear from the India, because the India has addressed twice in the United Nations Security Council and given its stand very clear. That we'll be touching upon. Coming to the first about the nuclear war drill, why is the Russia carrying out? As on today, it is expected that the Russians have amassed in three areas in the north, in the east, and in the south, approximately 1,50,000 troops, which there is a higher figure which is coming that it has now increased to 1,90,000 troops. Along with this, the Russia was carrying out maneuvers. These are the strategic maneuvers which is taking place in these areas, especially covering in the north, in Belarus, in the area on the eastern side, and also in the area of Crimea, and including in the North Sea, what they call it, the Gulf of Finland and the Baltic Sea, and from the south in the area of the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov. Now this maneuver which is taking place in the last 4 months, the culmination is coming when the Russia is carrying out and testing its nuclear war drill. The forces which is taking place in this command is the aerospace forces, the certain military district which they have got the forces located over there, the strategic missile forces, the Northern Fleet, which includes the Gulf of Finland and also the Baltic Sea. The fleets are there, the Black Sea Fleet, and the fleet which is also the part of it which is there in the Sea of Azov, coming from the south. Now, coming to the what type of this projections are. Nuclear war drill basically is when carried out. This is the first time they are informed everyone. They have informed America, they have informed Europe and to the world by various methods that they are going to carry out this drill, in which the ballistic missile and also the cruise missile they will be firing. The ballistic missile is capable to carry out the nuclear warheads. The ballistic missiles are basically operational missile for the short range, basically, which they will use it if they have to use it into the Western Europe, if they have to use it somewhere on the basis if it's required. So this becomes very, very important, to showcase the strength and the culmination of this. They are doing with something which is very, very strategic, which is very, mind you, the Russian has got edge. They have got more nuclear weapon and the active warheads than the Americans. It is 6,000 plus, 5,000 plus. Actual figure is somewhere that they have got an edge over that. Over and above, the hypersonic missile, the hypersonic capability which the Russians have demonstrated, and also anti-satellite capability they have acquired. It seems that in this field they have got a real edge with the missile defense system S-400, S-300, and the improved versions of S-400, which they have deployed basically in the Belarus area. But I think they have not disclosed this thing in the south and the eastern side. So it is the complete military might, because the nuclear is a deterrence. As on today, it is being showcased as a deterrence, because I don't think that the nuclear exchange is going to take place by by Russians or Americans or the NATO's. Anyone will not use it. Mind you, why I'm saying this? In spite of the fact that in 1979, when they invaded Afghanistan, and thereafter, when we have seen that, in 1991, when the, users are breaking, even that time, they have not used it. They have not used it anything. So it still remain a deterrence, but a very, very, very aggressive show of force that they can go to any extent if their security concern, what the Putin is saying, is not taken in considerations by Americans, by the Europeans. Mind you, the Americans had a saying that the Putin is a tactical commander. He hasn't got a strategic understanding of the issue, and this is the Pentagon stand was there. When Joe Biden has taken over, if you recall, he called him a dakat. In Hindu, daku. This is the word he has used. So the whole Americans, establishment hate Putin. That is for sure. And the Putin is showing that the Russia is a force to reckon with. The Russia is a country to reckon with, because economically, if this Norman Stream 1 and 2 comes up and the spread in the Europe, their economy will also catch up, which they have lost after the disintegration of USSR. So I leave it to that. That is the stand as on today, and the Putin is going to witness this, from what they call it, that situation center. So in that, the whole world, they are going to cover up. Of course, it will not come up into the media glare, or we will not come to know about it. Now, I come back to the India stand. The India, I think, is doing very well, very, very. The strategic autonomy which we talk about, this time India is showcasing it. It is not that, we are not taking the side. We are dealing with, we are in continuous touch with Americans. We are in touch with the Russians. We are in touch with, basically it is called Normandy format, basically France and Germany, because they are very, very important in this. Because when we talk about, if you leave aside the NATO, which is the amalgamation of 30 countries, the NATO still, I feel it as a force. They will not able to do anything in this area. They may be making the hypes, but they will not able to do it. So it is very important what is this Normandy format in France and Germany is saying, and because both are very, very active. The German Chancellor and Macron, he has been active in this area. There has been also, now we have seen, all of a sudden the Brazil has come, Nicaragua is coming, and the siding with the Russians. So it is the situation as on today. What happens? Because they are saying, the American media says, American establishment says, even there can be a Russian attack which will start with aerial bombardment, the area of Donbass area, basically Luhansk and Donetsk area, because that is the Eastern Europe where the Russians are going to first carry out the bombardment and followed by, if required, ground actions. Mind you, today they have opened 15 crossing points for the Russian origins people in the Eastern Europe, especially of the Donbass area, if they require to go back and to evacuate as a refugee to Russia. So that is what the ground situation as of today.
Thank you, General Sinha, for your in-depth analysis. Viewers, if you've enjoyed this video and wish to see more such videos, click on the subscribe button given below.